Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. I am Kirk Showalter, the General Registrar for the City of Richmond. I want to let you know a couple of pieces of information about our office. As you know, we had a delayed opening this morning. That delayed opening was due to the fact that we have had 2 positive cases of persons who were in the office last week who have tested positive for COVID-19. I've been working with the Richmond COVID-19 team, and who is also working with the Virginia Department of Health to do the contact tracing on all the individuals who were at close contact with them. They have been notified. The result is 90% of my staff are now under quarantine until November 17th. We do have a few staff members not impacted, and they will be opening the office and working on a skeleton staff. It does not impact the central absentee team. They were pretty much sequestered. They have continued to work on the election results through the weekend. We expect that the election figures from Tuesday will be finalized by tomorrow, and have some final figures on those for you at that time. We do not expect to be able to complete the provisional ballot meeting by tomorrow. I've been in contact with the Virginia Department of Elections, and they will be assisting my office on researching those since my staff are not available to do that. And we will have the board meeting as quickly as we can after we get those thoroughly researched. We want to give every provisional ballot its due consideration, so it will take a little time to work through those. I'm hoping we'll have something on those by the end of the week. There were 975 provisional ballots that have to be considered. Most of them are from absentee voters, but there are others for other reasons. We found out about the positive test on Friday. As soon as we found out, the individuals who had been in close proximity identified by the positive test were notified and immediately asked to leave the building. It's unfortunate one of those individuals chose to alarm the rest of the staff before we had a chance to notify them, but the rest of the staff were notified towards the end of the evening that day, and all of them have been talking to the COVID-19 coordinator as well. We are further researching other contacts such as election officers and that sort of thing, but have no further updates except for we have now had a 3rd person test positive for COVID-19 as of this morning. Hence my last minute pulling together press conference. Wanted to let you all know that we would have some sort of preliminary results tomorrow. It just would not include the provisional ballots. I am open to any questions.
When was any idea when these people might have been exposed to the virus? Was it on or before Election Day or after Election Day?
The first case that we knew about was on Election Day, was in the office on Election Day, but was out thereafter. The other case that we knew about, which we learned about Friday, was in fact in the office on Election Day and also in the field. And then the one that I knew about today has been continuously in the office. I will say, however, we do follow the CDC guidelines of masks and social distancing. We ask the staffs in the morning to clean their workspace and in the evening to clean their workspace. We've had the building deep cleaned on Friday, and it was again deep cleaned today. No staff should be concerned. We are fortunate on our central absentee team to have a physician, an infectious disease nurse, and also a nurse who has worked with HIV coordination in the past. They've been also providing us additional guidance and making sure that we are doing absolutely everything that we can. We want our employees to absolutely be safe and healthy, and are taking whatever steps that we can to make sure that that happens.
Were all 3 patients working in this building?
They were.
What is the
Saturday.
It is Saturday. So was there anybody known to be exposed at that point when the general public would have been voting here?
The one person that might have been in contact with the voters indicates that they were not. As you know, the voting was segregated to one side of the building. But if anybody was in the building and who, during that time frame, it is my understanding that the concerning infectious period, according to our COVID-19 coordinator, would have been Monday and Tuesday. So that pretty much eliminates the voters that might have been in here on the 31st. But if anybody has any symptoms of COVID and or is concerned, we recommend that they go ahead and get tested.
You said 90% of the registrar's office are quarantined. How were the remaining employees chosen to continue working, and what are they doing? What will they be doing over?
They'll be answering. The remaining employees are continuing working, self-identified as not having been in prolonged contact with the infected individuals, meaning that they were not within 6 feet of the individual for 15 minutes or more during a 24-hour period. Therefore, they will be continued answering the telephones, answering voters' questions to the extent that they can, assisting with the provisional ballots.
About how many employees is that, 10%?
We're looking like 4 are coming into work.
4.
Mm-hmm.
So 40-some people are quarantined.
It's looking about that way, yes.
Did you have anyone come in the office on that Monday and Tuesday, maybe to check a registration status, or was it just staff members in the building?
I could not tell you who came in the office on Monday. I know candidates were in the office. I know that voters came in with some questions and that sort of thing. But whether or not they came in contact with this particular individual and were within 6 feet of this individual for 15 minutes or more is the question.
Have you attempted to reach out to any of the people who might have come in on that Monday?
Well, not knowing who they are, it's hard to reach out to them. So if anybody was in the building on Monday and is exhibiting symptoms and is concerned, there is free COVID testing. They can go online and find all sorts of sites around the city that they should get tested, especially if they have any symptoms.
We've gotten several phone calls this morning from some employees who say that after at least one of the people tested positive on Friday and after the building was cleaned, that infected person came back into the building on Saturday.
They did. Well, no, they didn't come back on Saturday. They came back yesterday. There was nobody else in the building when they were in, and that's why we were having the building deep cleaned again today.
Were you yourself not in contact with this person?
Not for 15 minutes or more and not within 6 feet. I've been cognizant of the necessity to socially distance, so I have been very careful to stay 6 feet away from most people. And certainly these individuals.
Now, am I understanding correctly that you were saying preliminary results were going to be ready tomorrow? Has that pushed the timeline back for you guys? Or were they expected today, or is the timeline...
No, we were expecting Tuesday all along.
And you think you'll meet that deadline?
For everything but the provisionals.
And you said that's about 975 ballots?
That's 975 provisional ballots.
Are there particular races that those ballots could make a difference in the outcome of right now for council and school board?
As it's looking now, no, but keep in mind we still have to tabulate the late arriving absentee ballots that we got as of noon on Friday. We expect to have those results included tomorrow, so we will have a better idea of how far apart or how close people are.
Were these supposed to be people who have tested positive for coronavirus in the office, or have you dealt with this before?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear the question.
Are these the first few people that have tested positive for coronavirus in the office, or have you had other employees test positive?
These are the only confirmed positive tests that we know about at this stage. Hopefully nobody else tests positive, but the city is going to have all of the employees who are affected tested to make sure. I myself, even though I do not meet the criteria, am going to go voluntarily get tested today at 1.
I know health and safety is a primary concern, but there have been concerns raised about the 8th District Council race. Can you address those?
I can, and I would like to. And Ms. Wentz was absolutely correct. The figures weren't as they should have been, but as I've said all along, that's the whole purpose of the canvas, and we picked those errors up in the canvas, and those are being corrected. There were some other errors in other precincts that are less closely watched, and we are scrubbing through those numbers. That's why I don't want to throw out any more numbers until we finished our scrubbing and are absolutely 100% certain that this is as accurate as we can make it.